So you keep getting beat by the Tekken 7 treasure battle bosses. No need to fret, you came to the right place. I'm gonna help you get your game plan together to whoop these guys down, man. So without further ado, let's jump into this so we can get to beating some special bosses up. Alright, so first up is Devil Kazumi. And I'll tell you this, Devil Kazumi in my opinion is the most cheapest. She is by far the cheapest special boss to go up against. Simply because she's just so gimmicky. She's really gimmicky, and she also has one of the highest hitting attack combos out of all the special bosses. But anyway, Devil Kazumi uses 3 primary gimmick attacks. The first one is a floating air charge. The second one is an aerial straight laser, and the third one is her high hit tiger combo. Alright, first up is her floating air charge. Now, she uses this attack very often, so throughout the entire fight, always anticipate this attack coming your way and always be ready. You have 2 options, and I'll go over those in a second. But first, you'll know she'll start this attack basically when she floats up and goes backwards while glowing red. You know it's coming to you, so get ready to do 1 to 2 counters. So you have 2 options here. First, if you're close, once she starts initiating the attack, quickly knock her down out of her float stance. For example, like this. If you're anywhere else, only option you have is to simply sidestep. Also, if you sidestep, if you're quick enough, you can actually counter afterwards. So if you stay on your toes, you can get a little extra damage in right behind her and knock her off her guard. For example, like this, or like this. Alright, next up is her aerial straight laser. Much like her floating air charge, you can anticipate this move coming, but instead of going up and back, when she initiates this, she glows red and she goes straight up. So to counter this attack, you have 2 of the same options as you did for the floating air charge. If you're far away, it's advisable to quickly sidestep. If you're up close, on the other hand, just like the floating air charge, you can knock her out or interrupt her from her attack before it even starts. For example, like this, or like this. Alright, cool. So now for the big one. Her last gimmick is her high hit tiger combo. And I'll tell you what, if you get hit by this thing, that's pretty much half the match over with, because it takes off about 50% of your health. You can't really anticipate this move, but you can block it. She initiates it by doing a 3-hit flash punch combo. So if you're on standing guard, you should be able to block it, and it's really the only counter to this move. If you don't counter it, then you're pretty much gonna take she's gonna take a pretty good slice of damage out of your health bar. So it's not the end of the battle, but uphill fight from there. So yeah, just be ready for it. Alright guys, next up is Kaioken Jin, superpowered Jin if you want to call him that. Anyway, Jin is probably the funnest of all the special boss battles to partake in, because he doesn't use any gimmicks, and you know, you just have to completely bring your A game against him. He just fights strong, so it's always a blast going up against him. One of the main things you got to watch out for is his electrics. They take off like a quarter of health. I think if they're high, if I'm not mistaken, or mid, it doesn't matter. As long as you're standing guard, you can counter them or block them. They're really fast, so just be ready at all times to anticipate them. Other than that, he does a drawback evade move. Usually when you attack him, he'll drawback evade. Once he does that, he usually follows up with a low. So be ready to block low when he does that. Other than that, he pretty much just parries a lot of your moves. You just have to be on your A game. There's no control over that. But he's probably one of the funnest to go up against, guys. So just come at him hard and just give him your best. Alright, next up is Ultra Instinct Hahachi. This headstrong mofo is just so irritating to fight. Not because he's hard or difficult to beat, it's because he showboats and he uses so many gimmicks on you that are just so irritating to fight him. But anyway, one of the main things you have to look out with Hahachi is his ground shaking electric. He uses this very often. He always uses it to throw you off guard. You'll know he's gonna do it when usually when there's a good distance between you and him, he'll usually do it, and you'll know he's about to do it when he powers up with a electric field around him and he gets ready to hit the ground. Just be prepared. The only counter to it is to jump. If you don't jump, you're definitely gonna get punished and you're gonna get caught up in the string. So watch out for it. Next thing he uses are his tornado low sweeps. Now there's a bit of a breakdown as far as these go. He'll do a 3 sweep tornado sweep, a 4 sweep, or a 6. He usually does a 3 sweep. The 3 sweep is he'll usually follow up with 2 high kicks. The 4 sweep, he'll do a 4 sweep tornado kick and he'll follow up with an uppercut. Or sometimes when he's really in a tough situation, he'll do a 6 sweep tornado kick and then he'll follow with 2 hits. Whichever the case, you really can't determine which one he's gonna do. He's usually gonna either do the 3 or the 4. Just be prepared to block the lows. The main counter to it is to block the string or anticipate when he's about to do it and then low parry him and then just counter on him. But I usually find out that he barely does a 6. He usually does a 6 when he's like really getting beat by you and he's really trying to close the gap. So watch out for those tornado sweeps because he spams them very, very often. Last but not least, he uses a 10-hit combo, or at least 2 10-hit combos. You really can't anticipate these. He usually just throws them out randomly. You just gotta be ready. I know it starts off with a couple mids and highs, which you can block standing, then it converts into a couple low sweeps. But just be on your feet, just be ready, and I mean, if you can, block it if you possibly can. If not, then just try to counter and just try to be ready for it. But that's Heihachi. He's so frustrating, so irritating, but he's definitely beatable. Alright, next up is the hideous devil himself, Devil Kazuya. This guy is a hat full of gimmicks. He basically embodies all the gimmicks of all the Mishimas I just covered, and also his mom, Devil Kazumi. So, with that being said, expect a lot of electrics, expect a lot of tornado hell sweeps, and also expect a lot of lasers. So it's a mixed bag of everything, basically. The tornado hell sweeps, like I said, you can block those or parry them, low parry them to counter them. As far as the lasers go, he uses a flyover laser, and he also uses a straight laser. The flyover laser can be anticipated and sidestepped. He'll usually kind of gather himself, and he'll fly over you to the other side of the arena. It gives you plenty of time to react for it, so it shouldn't catch you off guard. His straight laser, he also takes a little bit of time to charge it up, and it just shoots straight across the arena. All you have to do is just duck or sidestep. It's pretty easy to counter as well. Other than that, he's just a hat full of gimmicks. So be ready for everything all the previous people that I covered usually take into account when they attack him. But yeah, that's Devil Kazuya. Go at him, go hard, and be ready for what he's got to throw at you.
You lose.
Okay, last but not least is Akuma, and I'm not gonna spend very much time on him at all because he is so predictable. Probably the most predictable boss that you can fight out of all 5 of them. Just remember this: jump, kick, tornado kick, uppercut, and fireball. Rinse and repeat. Literally, that's Akuma's game plan. So I mean, his uppercut can be blocked, standing blocked. His tornado kick can be ducked or standing blocked. And his fireballs can be standing blocked or crouch blocked. So, I mean, once you have that down, he's pretty much straightforward, rinse, repeat, very predictable. So, yeah, man, that's all the bosses, guys. So you now have everything you need to know, everything in your arsenal to take these mystical guys down, these mythical opponents or challengers. Trust me, man, you practice on them a couple times, you know their routine. There's no problem with them. But some of them always are going to be gimmicky, and these matches are never meant to be an even playing field. So always go into them with a grain of salt. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.